Hello, welcome to Ethiopian Coffee channel. Today we will talk about the sweetness in a cup of coffee. And now I'm gonna roast a batch of green coffee. It is a natural Hambella from the Fuji zone of Ethiopia. Now let's join me in a coffee talk. You know that coffee doesn't need sugar to put inside a cup to make it sweet. It's sweet right because the coffee is the cherry that is grow on the tree, and when it's ripe, it contains sugar inside the fruit. And when we pick it ripe, I mean the red ripe, it have a lot of sugar inside the fruit. Now we talk about how it will affect the sweetness in the cup of coffee. Definitely the variety and the growing region is the two main points. You know that we have the three kind of main variety of coffee, like Liberica, Robusta, and Arabica. And Liberica will definitely the most sweetness variety of coffee, and then the Robusta tend to have more sweetness perceived because the Robusta have low acidity. It means that low sour, and definitely we will easily to perceive the sweetness in the Robusta than the Arabica. The Arabica is the last one, and it have a more complex in the flavor, like acidity and sweetness, so that we can perceive the more balance and more diversity in the flavor in the Arabica. And where the coffee tree is growing will affect the sweetness. You will see that the Brazilian can grow coffee, the Ethiopian can grow coffee, Vietnamese can grow coffee, and the lower zone tend to produce the more sweetness because they have the lower acidity. The higher zone growing coffee tend to produce more complex and more acidity. It means that we are harder to perceive the sweetness in that variety than the lower one. Yes, the processing method of the coffee bean before it is roasted can affect the sugar level inside the bean. You know there are three major processing methods right now. It's a natural, which dry the whole fruit under the sunlight, and the honey process, which remove the outermost skin of the coffee fruit, and then dry it with the pulp. The last one, the processing method, is the wash method, which remove all the outer skin, the pulp, and keep only the bean with its parchment to dry. And definitely the natural method will keep more sugar inside the fruit, and the sugar can absorb into the bean before we bring it to the roasting stage. So the natural and the honey process tend to have more sweetness and easier to perceive than the wash method. Why the wash method can make the flavor is more clean and more bright. Now we talk about the roasting process. How can it affect the sweetness in a cup of coffee? First, we talk about the roast level. The light to medium roast level may tend to keep the more original flavor of the coffee and the sweetness is in it. And the darker roast level may make the darker roast level may make the sugar become caramelized, and it can have more complex flavor and bitter and reduce the sweetness. And we talk about the duration, the time of the roasting process. The longer roast and lighter roast may tend to have more sweetness than the longer roast and the darker roast. Yes, the shorter roast may tend to have more acidity in the cup of coffee. Now we finished the roasting process effect on the coffee sweetness. Now we talk about the brewing techniques that affect the sweetness in a cup of coffee. You know that when the barista making coffee for us, they know a lot about the principle of extraction. I mean that they know how to extract the coffee in the right way. There are in Vietnamese today we have some popular brewing methods like Vietnamese steam and espresso and pour over. The barista will take a look with the beans and take one or two rounds of brewing to understand the bean, and then they can adjust their brew by time, by ratio, by grind size, or how they pour, or how they make the water flow through the coffee, so that they can manipulate the flavor. In that flavor, they can manipulate how much sweetness, how much acidity, and other flavor that come into your cup of coffee. And now we are going to finish our roast today. It is the Ethiopia Hambella natural process. This will be very sweet cup of coffee if you take it. So if you like our channel, my channel, Building Coffee, just like and subscribe to support me, and in the future I can have more time and more motivation to make more video to share my coffee knowledge with you. Thank you and have a good day. Bye bye.